up, everybody? Welcome back to another video by Helmet to Helmet 49ers podcast. I'm your host, JT. That's me, and my co-host is my dad.
What's up, guys?
But first, don't forget to like.
And subscribe.
Okay, let's begin. I haven't talked about what we're doing today.
Yeah.
So this is off-season episode 2,
Mm-hmm.
and we're going to be doing a fun little free agency segment, you could say.
Mm-hmm.
Tout or out.
Yes. And we're just talking about the 49ers free agents. Not talking about all the other free agents in the NFL, just the 49ers unrestricted free agents, particularly.
Yes,
So-
some will talk about, some will not.
So like you were saying, we either tout because we're going to be promoting them to stay, or we think we should just be out with them and not even give them a chance to resign. So either tout or out. So we'll go down the list of the free agents. I have a list I found online of all the 49er unrestricted free agents. At least these are the main ones. We're talking about like a little over a dozen. So let's start off with the list. We're just going to go down this list, okay? So first one is
Jimmy Ward.
okay. Now this is tough because do we think that he's going to stay? But anyways, would you like him to stay? Tout or out?
Everything depends. Like, money, how much money do you want? I feel like he just doesn't want to be here because, the story of him going to slot and not playing safety, that might affect his interest in coming back here. So he might give us one last chance of saying, hey, put me at
Okay.
safety.
Yeah.
Or we might decline it.
Okay. Let's change this up. Let's say what we think the Niners are going to do. Are they going to tout, keep, or out? Easy. Out too. Yeah, I think so. See, this is much more easy because if it was us, sure, let's resign everybody. But the reality is, some players don't want to come back, and some people are going to be too expensive. So, we're going to go by what the Niners will probably do. So,
yeah, we don't have much money as the Bears, fortunately. So
yeah, because Jimmy Ward, he played great, and he would be a great slot corner and also safety. But like you said, it didn't end off right very well with us, although he played well. But he wants to be free safety, and I think he's ready to go. He was so close to being. I think he's 8 years with the Niners. There's a special wall where they put up the pictures or the names of the players that's been with the Niners for 10 years. That's a special club. He's unfortunately probably not going to make it unless he signs another extension. But there's just the 10-year club is very special. Not too many Niners stay for 10 years or more. So unfortunately, Jimmy Ward out. Okay, next one. Jimmy G.
yeah, another Jimmy, but spelled differently.
Uh-huh.
Okay, I think we all know which is this going to be. It's out.
Yeah, out. Well, that's what we said last year, dude. But yeah.
Okay, this time it's not like he's staying with the team. He's like a free agent.
Total free. Well, yeah, that's true. That's true. Last time he was signed he was with us. We were thinking about trading him. The whole off season was just talk about that, but he had surgery. Blah blah blah. Anyways, yes. So we're saying Jimmy G's out. We have 2 quarterbacks, both injured right now too, but they have high upside, and Brock Purdy already has shown the upside. So I think it is time to move on from Jimmy G. Thank you for all the wins that we got when you did come.
Yeah, a lot of wins in the playoffs.
But it's time to move on. All right, next one.
Samson had become a small but big one for us.
Yeah, so what do you think the Niners will do?
I think, unfortunately, we're going to do another out. I don't like doing these outs.
Yeah.
But he's too expensive. He's been stuck at like 5 sacks, 4.5 sacks for a long time, and he just can't break out, I think. So.
Yeah, I think you're right. I mean, last year he ended off real strong. I mean, the year before last, he ended off real strong. So we were thinking, oh yeah, he's gonna start off real great and hot, but he did not, and he hasn't shown that he can be a dominating end like Bosa can or D Ford can or anything close to that. So I don't know how his market's gonna be. He might not ask for that much. He might not be getting that much anyways. But I think the experiment has already you know shown that he's not really the guy, and I don't think we should put any more money into him, even though he will be maybe a medium to high priced free agent. Um, yeah, out. Okay, next one.
Emmanuel Mosley, first tout.
Tout. Yes, please. He looks so good, right?
Yeah, and since he got injured, it might be pretty cheap contract. So I think we can still keep him.
Yeah, I mean, it could be another prove it deal, 1 year. It could be a prove it 1 year deal, and that would be so lucky for us to be able to retain him because he looked like he was going to be playing his way right out of the Niners and be a high priced free agent cornerback. So, um, I'm happy to say tout this time. Okay, ooh boy, next one, Mike McGlinchey.
Okay, it's an out.
It's
He's done all right, I guess you could say.
hmm
Some bad moments, like a lot of them, but I think it's more good than bad. And he's gonna be too expensive.
I think you're right. I think yes. I mean, there's always these low lights that he shows where he gets like one arm suplexed by
Somebody.
Parsons or something, a guy who's even lighter than him. But um, overall, I think he's a middle of the road tackle, but those are hard to find. Even in the NFL, it's hard to find a middle of the road tackle. So I think he's going to be a high priced free agent and he will be priced out of our range. So will we find an upgrade to him?
No,
Mm.
we're not gonna draft anybody, and we're gonna make the right tackle Cole McKivitz because that's what we always do. And that just kind of works sometimes, like we do with Jake
Sometimes.
Brindle.
Sometimes it does. Sometimes it doesn't. We'll have to see. We'll have to see what we do, what the Niners do. Trying to put more money into it, into the O line, and maybe upgrade. And that's a stretch, though. We'll see. So, yeah, Mike McGlinchey. We're agreeing on everything right now. So we're saying out. Aziz Al Shair is next.
Out, unfortunately.
Yeah, I don't think the Niners will be able to, right? We already paid some other linebackers.
Yeah, Greenlaw and Warner.
Yeah, once they signed that 2 year extension to Greenlaw, I think the writing was on the wall that there was not going to be another high priced linebacker in our team, semi high priced. So, yeah, unfortunately, I loved Aziz when he was a backup, and he, unfortunately, he's an out too. Robbie Gould.
Okay, I think we could tout him.
Yeah, I think I'd tout him too. I think the Niners, Shanahan loves Gold. He loves veteran kickers, and you
He
know,
loves veteran players in general.
yes, but he likes yeah, definitely likes the kicker he can count on for the most part, right? I know
Not for game
sometimes
winners.
he gets me nervous still, but I don't know. I got to look at the data, see the percentages. He's probably still pretty high up there. He doesn't have that big leg, so he can't hit like a 58 yarder anymore. But low 50s, he's pretty good. And he's still good, I think,
Yeah, I
overall.
remember like Robbie Gould was hitting a 40 yarder, like 40 through 50, and they gave him a 63% chance of making it, but he missed it. Remember against the Seahawks?
Mm, you have a great memory on that stuff, but I think I forget those on purpose. No, I'm just kidding. You remember those much better than I can, but yeah, there were some misses for sure. Okay, Daniel Brunskill.
Um, uh, just keep him on cheap, dude. He's good depth.
Okay, so tout him.
And he played kind of a lot because of Burford. Not because he was injured, he's just tired, I guess.
Yeah, he should be pretty cheap. And but we have a lot of old linemen too. Um, I'm gonna say out this time. You say tout, I say out. I don't think they're gonna bring back Brunskill. I think there's too much O line depth and Nick Sakil and Jason Poe and all these other people. They might be cheaper than Brunskill. They might save a little bit of money, and Brunskill might not come back. Maybe he's already stayed his welcome. We'll see. We'll see. You could be right too, though. Who knows? Who's next up?
Hassan Ridgeway.
Okay.
Uh, Tout.
Out. Yes, I think so. He plays defensive tackle, and I think we need depth there. Um, he was on IR, I think, right? So hopefully it's another prove it deal. If he's injured and it ended the season that way, he might not ask for much. He might not be able to get much anyway. So I think Tout too. Yeah, Ridgeway, Tout from the both of us. Next one.
Carry higher. Tout.
I hope Tout. Yeah, I'm going Tout to. I hope so. He didn't do a whole lot.
Just one sack
Ugh.
against the Broncos.
It's kind of funny. I think if you give him more time, like he did when Bosa was out, he can show what he can do. But in a limited time rotation, he just doesn't get the chance to and doesn't get warmed. I don't know. He played well that one year with us, but yeah, I all across the defensive line, it'd be great to bring back people that we know can help us, and I think Kerry Hyder is a tout too. Tyler Croft, the guy who missed the block, he gets blamed for having to block one of the best pass rushers, but
Yeah, I really don't blame him. We could just keep him, I guess.
So you say tout,
Yeah, Tout.
I say out. I didn't like him though in the preseason. He looked like he had some good hands, but we just don't use him very well in that way. Right?
So bring him back to Willie then.
I think I say draft. Let's draft another tight end. Fifth rounder again. Iowa. Yeah. Okay. So we could differ on that one. I say out. You say top. Okay. Maurice Hurst.
Out. He has gone 2 season-ending injuries 2 years in a row, and we have Kalia Davis.
Good point. Good point. Yes. Okay. I have to agree. You made a quick argument on that one, and I agree on all those points. So out. Maurice Hurst out. That was a nice experiment, but didn't work out. Too injury prone. And then Deshaun Gibson.
Well, if he doesn't retire, then I would say Tout.
I
After
mean,
losing Jimmy Ward, I think we could just take Son Gibson.
yeah, he's like kind of old, right? He's like 31, something like that, or even older. I don't know. He's pretty old. So he's on the last couple years of his career, I think. So if he doesn't retire, yes, I say tout. Let's promote this guy. Let's sign him. Maybe a 2-year deal with the last year being avoidable or something, just to spread out the money. Um, yeah, they chose him over Jimmy Ward. So I think if he doesn't retire, Niners want him back.
Yeah,
Right?
who wouldn't want 5 interceptions?
That's true. That's true. We'll talk about the draft, but I would love to sign Deshaun Gibson and then bring in another safety, study under him, and be the backup. And then once he retires, we got somebody ready to go. But we'll talk about the draft later on. Jordan Willis, long-standing Niner on like 1-year deals, I think.
Yeah, let's go for a 2-year deal now and I'm going Tout.
Okay. I think, yeah, he plays special teams. And I think that's important to have a defensive lineman that will play special teams for us too.
He's also good on defense.
I'll tout him too. Exactly. So I think he's a good guy. Stays healthy. He's been playing. Makes some big plays now and then and plays special teams. I think that's good. Jordan Willis tout for both of us. Next up,
Tabor Pepper.
your favorite player.
He's not my favorite player. He's my favorite long snapper.
Yes, okay.
Like I know any other long snappers though. I remember Kyle Nelson.
There you go.
That's all. Just tout him because he's cheap, I guess.
Yeah, I think so. I think there was that time when we went through like 3 or 4 long
That was
snappers.
unbelievable.
Right? I think the guy retired, right? The guy resigned, then he retired after a game or two.
He did?
Remember? Yeah, he's like, "Oh, I'm out of here." Then he retired.
Oh, I thought he just played bad, so he released him. I remember he did play bad though.
Yeah, I think he played bad. He goes, "Oh, this is not for me anymore. I'm out of here." I think he retired. So yeah, Finding a long snapper can be tricky.
Well, yeah, and then I remember his New Year's resolution. But I'm not stalk him. He says he wants to make the Pro Bowl. He says
Okay,
that the faithful has got him.
there you go. All right,
So
let's shoot for that Pro
yeah,
Bowl.
he's tout.
Okay, tout for me too. Let's bring him back. Special teamer. Uh, Ross Dwelly.
That's your favorite player. That's your favorite player.
I did get to meet him one time, and then 2020, I think, right after the Super Bowl loss. Yeah, I got to meet him. He played well, and he filled